Yeah.
I would argue that that person is not worth that.
Typically, the highest paid public official in each state is the coach of the university football team.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I knew that. Yeah. But again, I'll repeat the same thing that I said about LeBron. You know, that person is bringing in major revenue.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But that's what's so fucking weird about this is that what is there's how do I even want to talk about this? So I love the LeBron example because I think that I said this just the other day, and I used to have a joke about this where like this dude is holding a press conference, you know, to talk about where he's gonna go, like he's the fucking Julius Caesar of basketball,
right?
And like he puts a ball in a hoop. Like that's what he does.
Exactly.
The same thing is true with like all these rappers where they're like, yeah, man, like talking rappers of like spitting truth. Yeah, dude, you rhyme words to a beat. That's what you do. You don't do more than that.
Right.
You come up with interesting phrases. Some of that stuff is cool. It's neat to listen to, but you don't do more than that. You're not out here, you know, curing polio or something. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
So I think that's a good example because this is exactly the same thing. What do you do when you're a university football coach? You take, you know, a bunch of basically para-adolescents,
yes,
and essentially teach them how to run into each other well. That's basically what your job is. And so it's crazy to me because it's like this is just the amount of payment has completely outweighed it. And like that's what part of like so this question of you know the profit motive, the free market, all this stuff is like, dude, I'm on board with those concepts. But the thing that's nuts about it is that like what is the purpose of the university? Is the purpose of the university to basically maximize the income for the people who work at the top echelon of the university? Because if that's the point, then we should definitely double down on football stadiums, football teams, etc. Like it's almost like there's this weird, like the concept of reform. I'm about to say some crazy shit that's gonna like, you know, but I promise you I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna make a point. Is that the concept of reform is almost just deciding what this thing is going to be and then arranging the rules around it so it can be that thing.
No, that's just logic. That's just logic.
Yeah, well, so as an example, like, you know, people like Napoleon Bonaparte,